Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you here today. If you want to follow along, we will be in the sixth chapter of the book of Galatians. And now, if you will, again, like, share, comment on the post, and then you can join me here in Galatians chapter 6, verse 6. Let the one who is taught the word share all good things with the one who teaches. Interesting statement, maybe a little bit confusing in the way that it is worded, but simply what it says here is that if you want to do good to someone who teaches you, someone who has shared the faith with you, someone who is helping you to grow in your walk with Christ, then you share what that teacher has taught you. Nothing will please a teacher or preacher more than those who listen to them teach and preach each week, going out and sharing that message, and then coming back in and reporting the results and talking about how they've used that message, how they've used what they have been taught to help others. And so he's more importantly, I think if you gave most teachers and preachers the choice between some fine gift or salary, they would be much more satisfied knowing that their students went out and took what they had been taught and then shared it with others and used it to continue moving on in the gospel. And he tells us here, don't be deceived. God's not mocked. Whatever one sows, that will he also reap. The one who sows to his own flesh will from the flesh reap from corruption. But the one who sows to the Spirit will from the Spirit reap eternal life. And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. What Paul is saying to us here is that we do good. And these verses are really directed to the student here, and that a teacher, how they should be treated. But he tells us here, here's two reasons then for doing good to and for our teachers. One, he says that some of the Galatians were being led astray. They weren't sharing the ministry. They weren't being part of the ministry of Paul. Instead, many of them had actually become critics instead of supporting them. And so, what Paul says here is when you're actually attacking God. When you do those things, when you don't then present accurately and what the teacher has taught you, then you don't learn, pay attention to what the teacher is teaching, when you don't share that message that you have heard from your preacher, your teachers. That if we don't do that, he says we're actually mocking God by doing those things. And then he tells us here in verse 9, he says, don't give up, don't quit, keep on striving, keep on working, keep serving to share the gospel. So then if we have opportunity, let us do good to everyone, and especially to those who are the household of faith. He says, let's not give up, let's not quit, let's keep pressing on, let's keep sharing the message that someone has poured into us, our teacher, our preacher, our parents, whoever it was, that has shared the good news of Jesus Christ with us. Let's not give up and get weary and stop presenting and sharing that message. We have to continue to press on. When? As we have opportunity. To who? To everyone that we come into contact with, we should be sharing the good news that has been shared with us. We're not to be a cistern. We're not to be a vase where this stuff is stored up, but we are to be pouring it out. We're to be spreading the good news of Jesus Christ that has been given to us. Keep that in mind today as you go out. Don't hold up the gospel of Jesus Christ. You share what has been given to you by your preacher, your teachers. You pass that good news on. Think about it. Have a good day. We'll see you here tomorrow morning.